Alright, so today I'm going to be listening to a short piece by Lauren Greenberg called Bonds of Cosmic Origins. It's for orchestra, it was written in 2022, and I heard it live at the Winnipeg New Music Festival of 2024. And the instrumentation is 2222, 422, 4231, harp, timpani, two percussionists, and strings. So a little bit about Lauren. She's currently a master's student at NYU Steinhardt, and she wrote this piece to commemorate her experiences in her undergraduate music degree at BOCO, Boston Conservatory at Berkeley, I believe. And she's Canadian originally, hence why I saw a premiere of her work in Canada. Yeah, so she's from Toronto, has worked with the Winnipeg Symphony Orchestra and Scarborough Philharmonic Orchestra, Yarn Wire, some other like chamber groups like Splinter Reeds, and she's in the very early stages of her career and has had the opportunity to study with a lot of big names in the field already. Ian Young Lee, Marty Epstein, Timothy McCormack, and Victoria Chea. And Kevin Lau and Saman Shahi. The recording we're listening to today is from, it's going to be a student orchestra, I think. The Composer's Orchestra at BOCO. I remember liking this piece, but I didn't really listen to it with the score like this before, so maybe I'll have more comments on that. We did this workshop together with the Winnipeg New Music Festival, and I wasn't aware that she already had a recording of it, but I guess it's a pleasant surprise. Because the recordings we got from that workshop, unfortunately, we're not allowed to post them to social media or for promotional purposes, but that's kind of the norm when working with orchestras. If you want to have access to this recording, it's in the description to this video, and I'll see you in 8 minutes, it looks like. Okay, yeah, so before I give a few comments here, I forgot to list the percussion when going over the instrumentation. So the reason why there's 3 trombones is one of them's on bass, and first percussion is bass drum, glock, xylophone, and cymbals. Percussion 2 is triangle, mark tree, crash cymbals, like cymbals as well, and snare drum. And I like the use of winds very consistently throughout the piece. The orchestration kind of reminded me of like some of Stravinsky's orchestral suites. He has these really short pieces that show a lot of like use of the winds as a choir and less use of the strings. And I liked how the colors of the orchestra were used one section at a time, so it really gave you a lot of time to enjoy each different like orchestral idea. You know, there were some sparser moments like the very beginning with just cellos and triangle, and then fuller moments. There's a slower section with a really nice use of harp. The form wasn't too predictable. It like had 4 different sections and kind of led you through some twists and turns. So that was good. And I like the use of percussion overall, like using them as their own little unit. And I thought that was really fun. The melodies themselves are just very catchy and syncopated, and I think it's a very accessible piece, and I remember the audience in Winnipeg really liking this piece and being drawn to it, so hopefully it continues to have a life of its own where it's performed It's nice and short, and I think it's a real crowd pleaser. So yeah, that was Greenberg's piece. Uh, Another person I worked with at this workshop, Tom Lachance, has a recording of his orchestral work. So I think we're going to do that one tomorrow, and then we'll keep working our way back in time here. I guess one last thing, I think this piece has just a very positive, nice sentiment, like honoring her positive experiences at music school. And I can't think of a better way to celebrate that than with an orchestra piece, because like music schools in North America at least are really centered around the orchestra, and it's some sort of like the fondest memories I think most composers have of their undergrads is writing for orchestra and participating in reading sessions and things like that. It's so important to our education as composers.